Okay, so keeping this intro super short and sweet, but I did want to preface this video by saying that I am the biggest Skyrim fan ever. So I basically spent the last year playing a whole bunch of different open world medieval RPGs, and I've come across 5 games that to me really give me that Skyrim feel that I'm so desperately trying to find. So enjoy! And also, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. Or not. So starting off strong, I bring you Enderal, a Skyrim mod turned full-on game. Many people even say this game surpasses Skyrim on almost every level, with an in-depth and interesting story, detailed lore, a massive main city that dominates any city in Skyrim, countless NPCs with unique dialogue, and a great range of quests to complete. This game is essentially Skyrim 2, and best of all, it's completely free. You won't get any closer to Skyrim than this game, as it's essentially this gigantic mod using all the same building blocks of Skyrim, so not only does it look exactly like Skyrim, but it definitely feels like it. The developers here have even gone to this amazing creative extent where they have meshed together different items to create new items to give this game a new refreshing twist while still keeping that Skyrim feel. A lot of effort, detail, and love has gone into this game, and it really shows. While Skyrim was an epic experience on its own, Enderal has that sort of smaller developer passion that you really can't get in the bigger games. The main story is massive. I'm talking about 50 odd hours to complete, along with countless additional hours of unique and interesting side quests to go with it. The world itself has various unique landscapes to explore, with lush forests, deserts, snowy mountains, and more. NPCs will comment on what you're doing as you walk around, even more so than they ever did in Skyrim, and with new dialogue, it's just a whole new amazing experience. The main city arc is bonkers huge, split into several sections with various shops, including a bank and multiple houses to own. Really, I could just go on and on and on, but if you end up trying just one game from this list, it should be this one. Next up is another epic open world medieval RPG known as Kingdom Come Deliverance. To be fair, this one is often brought up in many of those games lists featuring similar games to Skyrim, and for that reason alone, I tried this game, and yeah, it slaps. It slaps hard. Now, as a warning, this game is tough. And not Skyrim tough, where you can just reload when you die and quick save in tricky situations, or even buy a bunch of health potions for a tough fight. But putting that aside, this game is just an epic experience. The fact that it's so difficult means that it's all the more rewarding when you get to a point where it does start to get easier because you've put in that time and effort. The main story is thought out and interesting. You'll come to know and love many of the characters, and there is this big, beautiful open world to explore. Add to this the incredibly detailed lore and effort that's gone into every single aspect, and this game isn't far off Skyrim in my top list of games. Kingdom Come Deliverance definitely has a more realistic vibe than Skyrim, where you'll need to sleep, eat, food will rot, and so on. You can fast travel, but this might have a chance to be interrupted by bandits. And as you start off as a blacksmith's son, you won't even be able to read in the beginning, but this is something you're gonna have to learn. It's a very detailed, awesome game, and if you love Skyrim, or really any open world medieval game, this one is a must try. Moving on to Dragon's Dogma, and while this one may look different, I found it had the same great open world exploration experience that Skyrim offers, where you're really free to go off, do what you want, develop your skills, and customize your character. With a similar fantasy theme to Skyrim, you'll be able to use magic, and the world will have interesting creatures such as goblins, dragons, and giants. To me, this game is kind of like if Tim Burton directed Skyrim. It's got all the similar elements, but it just has a different feel. I hope that makes sense. The story is interesting and also centers around the same sort of plot, a world-ending dragon that needs to be stopped. You'll also get these followers who have some amazing AI where they will comment on their surroundings, pick things up for you, and even say when you're going the right way towards a quest. Plus, they can be pretty funny. I'm only about 10 or so hours into this one at the moment, and I feel like I've really just scratched the surface, and I'm unbelievably excited for Dragon's Dogma 2 to come out. Next up is the Forgotten City. Yet another Skyrim mod turned full-on game, but this one offers a story-rich experience with a unique sort of twist. So in this game, you'll be thrust into a city that is stuck in time, where you'll need to investigate a plot that, if it comes to fruition, has the potential to kill everyone. Relating to this is the Golden Rule that controls this strange city and everyone in it. The rule states that if anyone performs any sort of heinous act such as murder, assault, or stealing, that the city's inhabitants will perish, which relates back to that plot. Somebody plans to break this rule. You'll eventually find out that this rule actually does exist, as when you break it, the city's statues come alive and start murdering everyone. If you can safely make it back to the city's entrance, the day will reset, but your memories and your belongings will not. How you use this to your advantage is completely up to you, but with the ability to know when things are going to happen, the possibilities are pretty much endless. Along with this, there are various things to discover here, a beautiful city to explore, interesting NPCs, and multiple endings to this story. While not an open world RPG, I think this is still a great game to try for hardcore Skyrim fans. Lastly, I'm going to quickly finish off with Oblivion. An obvious choice to some, but if you haven't yet had the opportunity to play this one and you love Skyrim, I implore you to try this one. It does take a while to get used to the menus and the mechanics overall, but it does offer that same open world medieval experience. The soundtrack slaps, the DLC Shivering Isles slaps, especially that night sky, oof. And you've got several main cities to explore, an interesting main story with an awesome ending, skills to improve, you can buy houses, and there's side factions like the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild. So there you have it. I hope this video has been helpful to you in some way, and I hope you've been able to find your next RPG obsession. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!